And we begin this hour in Cape Town. Alleged political fixer Brown Mogotsi will appear before Parliament's Ad Hoc Committee investigating allegations of criminal infiltration in the justice system. The long-awaited testimony comes after the Northwest businessman raised concerns about his safety. Provision, we understand, has since been made, with Mahorse expected to appear in person. Let's get you the latest on this with our senior reporter, Bulelani Phillip, watching the build-up to 11 o'clock, Bulelani, where Brown Mogotsi is expected to appear before MPs. And so much to be said about the alleged role he may have played in this saga that's unfolded before South Africans over the past few weeks. It almost comes as a surprise that this committee is only reserving one day to essentially go through his testimony.
Well, good morning to you, Ayanda, and to the viewers. Of course, as you correctly pointed out, is that the committee, given the constraints of time that they have, they've only set down one day for the testimony of Opa Brown Mogotsi. But again, in their in-house meeting yesterday, they did actually acknowledge that they may actually need another day to actually have his cross-examination by lawmakers, because the evidence leaders are expected to lead the evidence in chief up until late afternoon, and thereafter it's expected that the lawmakers will then begin to cross-examining him till the wee hours of the morning. They could have perhaps maybe had an overflow to tomorrow, but the spanner in the works is that the Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana will be delivering the budget speech tomorrow, so they will not have time. But I guess maybe if they do not finish the testimony today, they will then have to seek another opening before mid-March in order to actually schedule him to come back for cross-examination. Of course, part of the testimony that is expected to give is he had actually sent a WhatsApp message on the 31st of December in 2024 to Vusimuzi Matlala, which read, "Today is D-Day, just back down." And that message was actually sent 6 hours before Senzo Mchunu, the Minister of Police, who's on special leave, actually issued that directive that he's disbanding the political killing stars team with immediate effect. That happened on a backdrop that Vusimuzi Matlala's home was raided by the PKTT on the 6th of December. So the lawmakers would be keen whether is there a relation between the raid of Vusimuzi Matlala's home and then the directive that was issued by the police minister. Was there a relationship, and what role did Brown Mogotsi played in that? So it's gonna be today is going to be the D-Day for Opa Brown Mogotsi to actually explain why did he send that SMS or rather WhatsApp message to Ket Matlala. And of course, the assurance that has been given by the Ad Hoc Committee is that Mr. Brown Mogotsi will receive some escort both from coming on going from the airport as well as his movements around Cape Town to ensure his safety, given that he had raised concerns when he was meant to appear before the committee about 4 weeks ago. So it reverts back to the original plan that he will be given protection on his duration of stay here in Cape Town, Ayanda.
Yeah, and that was going to be my next question. So let me ask you instead, Bulelani, about what we know about the remainder of the week, because we know at some stage the likes of Paul O'Sullivan have to come back to wrap up their testimony.
Most definitely, Paul O'Sullivan will be back in the committee on Thursday, and the evidence leader, Advocate Norman Arendse, has indicated that there is a new information that is received, and he will be pursuing a new line of questioning, and lawmakers also will be actually cross-examining him based on the new information that the evidence leaders will be putting before Mr. Paul O'Sullivan. Another development is that yesterday it emerged that there were 122 questions that have been consolidated that will be sent to President Cyril Ramaphosa to actually get an understanding of what he knew and what he did not know about the disbandment of the political killing stars team. You'll recall in the testimony of Senzo Mchunu, he indicated that he had actually met with President Cyril Ramaphosa in February last year, where he did explain the reasons behind his decision to disband the political killing stars team. And Senzo Mchunu says he came out of that meeting having a sense that the president understood and was in support of that decision to disband the political killing stars team. But if you look at the evidence that was put by National Commissioner General Fani Masemula, he says that the president actually did, in a visit to the Northern Cape, said that the political killing task team was actually doing a good job, and he actually himself sought an audience with the president where he raised his concerns around the disbandment of the PKTT. The president then undertook that he would speak to the police minister, Senzo Mchunu, but according to General Fani Masemula, the president never really got back to him in relation of whether he supported that decision or not. So the questions that have been put to the president must clarify whether did he support or did he not support the disbandment of the political killing stars team. Ayanda.
So much still to get through, such little time. We'll have to see, of course, how it all unfolds over the days ahead. Bulelani, Phillip, live to us there from Cape Town. For now, thanks very much indeed.